Hello, Facebook. How is everybody? I was just saying to our friends on Instagram, it's Makeup Monday and lots of other stuff as well. Now, I was going to be joined by Kerry September. Honestly, the minute I put something out, I know that it's kind of like, oh. And then she messages me to say, I'm really sorry. She's doing a house up in Margate. She's been doing the most amazing work down there on her own. And she has got today precious tradesmen booked in for like the first time in months. And she said, I daren't cancel them because if I cancel them, they might not come back. And so I said, listen, it's absolutely fine. We'd love to have you here, but we will wait, won't we? We'll wait for Kerry. It's worth the wait. Good things are worth waiting for. So hopefully next Monday, but let's see. Anyway, I've got some great makeup things to share with you. I've got a brand new beauty brand that I've discovered that I want to share with you. I thought that I would go through a few of my favourite beauty pie things because so many of you have asked actually if I could do a whole beauty pie special, which I might do. I need to stock up actually on a few more bits before I do that. But yeah, actually I can show you what I have at the moment because you do get your free month's membership using Liz Love, so that's kind of worth exploring. I also want to share with you my shots, the Healthy Wellbeing shots that I made with the Healthy Juice Company earlier this year, and answer some questions. So the lovely Amy is on Facebook. Hi Amy, I hope you had a good weekend. I was very sneaky at the weekend because I sneaked on to Instagram and did a little cheeky Instagram live on my own. I know. That was on Saturday. Gosh, I don't know. It kind of seems ages ago. Had a kind of a calm but busy weekend. I don't know how yours has been, but it was one of those weekends where I was pretty much on my own, but I got quite a lot done. I did lots of baking. Thank you for all your comments if you've been following me on Instagram. I put lots of recipes I was doing from my yearbook too, which is flying out the door, by the way, so don't delay if you haven't got yours yet. So yearbook 2 I was cooking from, and I actually got my middle boy, Kit, to do some baking, and he baked the fig and bay tart, which you can currently see on my Instagram stories. He did it from scratch. He made the pastry with the ground fennel seeds and everything. Absolutely delicious. He made a bit of a mistake. The pastry didn't turn out incredibly well because he used gluten-free flour. I've got lots of different flours in the cupboard because I'm always kind of experimenting, and my niece is gluten-free, so I'll often, do something separately for her. And anyway, he did the whole thing with gluten-free flour, so it wasn't quite as crispy as it could have been, but honestly, the flavour was delicious. I had seconds, and I had it with kefir, so that was a winner. Anyway, I was doing lots of really nice cooking and experimenting and just chilling a bit, sorting out my wardrobe. I discovered this, which is a favourite. I haven't worn this for ages. This is one of the Aspiga tops, and I checked online just before I went on air here, and yes, it's coming back into stock. I think they say that they've got a delivery coming in this week, and you can still get your Liz Loves, so don't forget Liz Loves get you 10% off the ethical fashion brand Aspiga. I just love it. It just kind of reminds me of being on holiday. It feels as though I should be on a beach somewhere instead of in a really grey, grisly, drizzly West Country day. What's the weather like where you are? Has anybody got any sunshine? Anybody got any sun? Certainly not here in the West Country, and not in London either, because I was with Michael Gary earlier today, and he was on, just pick this up because this is something I want to show you in a minute. He was on FaceTime or whatever it is, and we were doing some working out together, and I could hear this shh noise. I said, what's that, Mike? Have you got your shower running or something? He said, no, that's the rain. Anyway, I am going to cheer myself up with some reviving shots. Now, I ordered last week a shot box from the Healthy Juice Company, and I thought I would save it until it came on Saturday. So I thought I'd save it until today to open it. Can you imagine? What self-control. And I know that many of you have ordered these. If you have ordered a shot box before, do let me know what you think, and tell other people, because I personally, and okay, I know I have an interest here, and I did create them with Rosie, but I do genuinely think that they are just brilliant for giving you a bit of a boost. And, I did have a bit of a wobble last week. I came back from Italy and I just kind of went straight back into work. I wasn't looking after myself properly. I'd stopped my supplements. I wasn't getting enough sleep. And I just felt I had to be careful because I was just about to kind of tip over. Anyway, I've managed to pull myself back. I feel full of beans. Honestly, I feel like 110%. And partly that was what I was talking about on Saturday. I'm sorry, Facebook, if you missed it. But if you are on Instagram, it is up there as an Instagram story from Saturday. Not an Instagram story, an Instagram live. Sorry, IGTV, which gets saved on my Instagram, so you can check it. And also, I've got lots of links. I don't know, Amy, whether you can share those links. You might be able to. I put them on Linktree to some of the powders that I was using. But if not, we've actually created on Liz Earle Wellbeing a special little section called Liz Loves, and I think it's in supplements, and that's a powdered greens that I was using, and a protein powder, kind of whizzing it all up into a shake. And I was adding kefir, obviously, and all sorts of other things. Anyway, this is my shop box. So this is how it comes. And it comes all with sustainable packaging. So this is all eco lamb's wool with compostable packaging. And everything is in glass bottles with cardboard edges, and it comes chilled. So you've got these little chiller packs in there. I keep these actually. I'm really handy keeping in the fridge. And it comes with a little leaflet telling you all about it. I've got the 3-day shop box and also the 1-day shop box. Little note from Rosie. She also puts a little handwritten. She's such a dream, that girl. These are the bath soaks that you get. You also get your VSL3, and if you have downloaded, which I hope you have, the free e-guide to a flatter, happier tum, and I put that on my Instagram today to remind you, because you've only got till the end of July, so that's kind of like Friday. So if you haven't downloaded it, do download it, otherwise you're going to have to pay for it, which, quite happy if you want to pay me for it, but nice to get it free, isn't it, while you can. So I talk about things like VSL3 in there, and if you get the 1-day shop box, you get one of these. If you get the 3-day one, then you've got 3 little sachets. You also get your Altrient C. This is actually something I also talked about on Saturday when I was talking about immune support. This is the liposomal vitamin C, so I'll show you how to take that. And then, okay, so I've got in here, this is the 1-day version, which I'll share with you, because that might be the one that you might want to get started with. More of these little chiller bricks. And then I've got also the larger bottles here. Oh, look at these colours. That's the turmeric one. This is the chia cinnamon almond milk. Oh, it's so delicious. I'm really, really excited. All organic. They are just premium, non-preserved, cold pressed. They're not even filtered. They're not subjected to pressurization, which is all the juices that you get in plastic are pressurized. These are just the business. So I am very self-indulgently going to treat myself at the beginning of my live, because it's a good excuse. I say, well, obviously, I'm going to have to, demonstrate it, aren't I? So anyway, I've got some glasses here, all set up, ready. Here we go. Julia Graham, I'm always sad when the shot bottles come to an end. They are great, aren't they? Anyway, there is a link, Amy. I'm sure you can find a link to the Healthy Juice Company, and I've popped one onto Linktree. So I'm going to start with this one. So this is Golden Shot. Give it a bit of a shake. Now, this obviously is turmeric, as you can tell by the colour. And I had to be careful with this one. Do you remember when I was trying it last time? It's got a little bit of black pepper in to help activate the curcumin in the black pepper helps activate the turmeric. And it does make me cough. So maybe if I have that one first, and then if I get a coughing fit, I will be able to sip something else. So just to remind me of all the delicious things in there, because she puts so many good and great things. And these are all organic, cold pressed by her in her kitchen. It's amazing. So there's pineapple, fennel, turmeric root, ginger root, lime, raw organic honey, olive oil, black pepper and cayenne pepper. So there we go. I'm actually going to save a little bit for later, because I don't want to have it all at once. But these are the most delicious, potent shots. So I would normally start perhaps with this one in the morning. Oh, wow. That is tangy. That is going to wake you up. I can really taste that hit of ginger. Oh, fresh ginger juice. Absolutely. Brilliantly revitalising. So I am going to follow that. Perhaps I'll follow that with the green one. I'm going to save my favourite till last. You can guess what that is. So this is the green one, so I'm going to give this a good shake. It's amazing. I mean, I had these delivered on Saturday and they're still really, really cold from the ice packs, which is really good. So they're really fresh. So I've got a clean glass there. Let's pop the green one in. And you can make green juices. If you want green juice recipes, go to lizearlewellbeing.com. I've got loads of stuff on juices. I've obviously got my juice book that I wrote years ago. Still really good. The information in there is still valid and up to date. So this is called Go-Go Green. And this has apple, watercress, one of my favourites, lemon and ginger. And, you know, watercress is such a superfood. I don't say that about very many things, but watercress genuinely is. There's an amazing company called, I think it's just called the Watercress Company, and they will send out all over the UK in boxes. They're absolutely delicious, fresh watercress that they grow on chalk bed streams. So it's full of calcium. It's just really, really good stuff. Gosh, that tastes really green. You know, if colours could have a taste, then that would be it. Yeah, grab yourself some watercress. If you're out and about shopping, just chuck some watercress into your basket or into your trolley. You just know that's going to do you good. You know, you just know that you're just going to be revitalised. And then, last but not least, this is the one that I often save, perhaps for the afternoon. This is the cinnamon almond chia. And again, Rosie makes all her own almond milk, so she cold presses from organic almonds. So this contains raw almonds, dates, milk thistle, raw Brazil nuts, full of selenium, raw Brazil nuts. You should always try and have one Brazil nut a day. That's what I do. I mean, I had it in my nutty granola just before I started here. I had my rose petal granola, which I added some Brazil nuts to. So I kind of already had my Brazil nut ration, but really good for guys as well. You need lots of selenium. So, you know, make sure that you have one raw Brazil nut every day, or you could drink it in a juice like this. So with the raw Brazil nut, raw virgin coconut oil, cinnamon, chia seeds, cardamom, cloves, nutmeg and Himalayan pink salt. And it is so delicious. It's really kind of sweet and creamy. I guess that's coming from the dates. Oh, I'd forgotten how good that is. Really, really so good. And she says here you go, she talks about selenium being an important supporter for the immune system. Milk thistle is an added bonus to help support and strengthen the liver. Chia seeds, they act as fibre. They're prebiotics, so they're gut friendly. Lauric acid provided by the raw coconut oil is important to help regenerate the epithelial cells in the digestive tract. There you go. And has been found to act upon viruses in the gut. Gosh, who knew? And the sugars, even though they contain dates, which are full of sugar, and I'm not a big fan of using dates, per 100 ml, it's only 1.5 mils of grams of sugar, so tiny. Really, really good. So those are the actual juices or the liquids. And then, of course, you've got the sachets. So what I would do is I might treat myself to a VSL3 sachet. And this, I find, works best really in milk. You can sprinkle it onto yoghurt as well if you're having that, or obviously kefir. But I'm going to put my powder into my almond milk. And of course, I didn't bring a teaspoon because I'm up in my bedroom. But anyway. Great, really nice. Put a splash more in there for later. And then last but not least, oh my goodness, I'm going to be just rocking on all this. I hope you'll be prepared for a long one because I'm just going to go and run now like the Duracell bunny. Right, Altriant C, here we go. So this one, reuse this glass. So this is this sort of orange sludgy stuff. If you didn't see me, guys, on Facebook, this is something that I've also talked about on Liz Earle Wellbeing website. You'll find the link to this in a feature. I think it's called How Liz Supports Her Immune System, or which supplements does Liz take, something like that. And then ideally just put a splash of water in that just to mix it. Looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Looks like kind of weird jelly stuff. Anyway, you just knock it back. Fine. Tastes kind of slightly orangey. And that's liposomal. So that is, the idea is that it has better availability, it's more easily absorbed, and it is kind of sustained release, so it lasts longer during the day. Thing with vitamin C is it's water soluble, so we just wee it away. So you kind of have to keep replenishing it. But the liposomal one is supposed to be much better. Excellent. And last but not least, you also get the little bath soaks. So, I mentioned that with the almond milk, Rosie is actually grinding up her own almonds. Sorry, couldn't resist another sip. Well, what she does with the husks, I can open this little bag, is she makes them into these little bath soaks that you can just pop into your bath, or you can use them in the shower to kind of massage over the body. So these are just inside the ground almond husks, and of course they release all that lovely soft milky skin smoothing, just great properties, really skin soothing. And she's added organic lavender oil, essential oil of lavender. Oh, so the smell. I am feeling calm, energised, super happy, ready to go for a Monday. So let's crack on, shall we, with a bit of makeup. So, I wish you could smell it in here. It's all lavendery and gorgeous now. Thank you, Rosie, for sending me that. I hope that your business is booming because you deserve massive success. Love what you do. That's why it's called Liz Loves, isn't it? Because I love it. Okay, so Beauty Pie. Let's get going with a bit of Beauty Pie. Beauty Pie, as you may know, was started by one of my friends, serial entrepreneur Marcia Kilgore, and it's a really interesting model. It's kind of quite disruptive in the beauty industry, to be honest. She basically sells everything. These are some of the things that I've bought over the years. And she sells everything at cost price. So whatever it costs Beauty Pie to buy them, that's what she sells them for. So they're obviously very, very cheap compared to all the other things that get marked up, because they've got to have, you've got to pay for packaging and marketing and shop margins. She's all online, so she's not retail, and you pay for all the advertising and everything else, and obviously the profit. So what she does is she has a membership subscription scheme. So what you do is you just sign up. So you pay a small amount per month, and that gives you the ability, it's like your entry ticket, if you like, into the warehouse of Beauty Pie, and you can buy whatever you like at cost price. And what she's done with us here is if you use the Liz Loves code, all in capitals, you get a free month. Okay, so it's like being in the Sweetie shop free for a month. I think the minimum subscription is 3 months, but you can cancel. So if you don't like it after a month, then you can just cancel it and you've got your free month, okay, to try it. And I just love it, actually. I have used so many of her things since she first started. And I've written about them online, and we've included them in the magazine. My health and beauty editor, Ellie, she's often including them. And she's very fussy. Ellie, you've got to be really good to make it into the magazine, because she knows her onions, and she will only write about something and include it if it's really good. And of course I will only do the same as well. So there's a kind of a double, you've got to get through 2 really quite strict quality controllers to be included in the pages. And what I use skincare wise from her, I use a couple of very specific things, and I don't use all her things, to be honest, but I use a couple of very specific things. The super retinol with vitamin C, this, you guys, I've talked about retinol before. I'm a real fan, as I've got older, of using retinol, and I think her formulations are very good. I'm using it on the backs of my hands here, obviously, just to demonstrate the texture. She does actually have a very good retinol hand cream as well, which I usually have. I think it might be actually downstairs in my bag. But this is what I genuinely use on my face and neck at night. And the other thing is a serum, a face and neck serum. And she describes it as a facelift in a bottle. Now, I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but it does have really interesting ingredients in it, which are designed to firm and smooth and just sort of re-elasticize the skin. So it's called Uber Youth Re-Elastic Face and Neck Serum. And again, it just has a really light serum-like quality. And to be honest, I'm always using new things. I mean, I love trying new products, new formulations, finding out about new ingredients. So I will chop and change all the time. But these are some of the things that I do come back to time and time again. And in terms of value, so, to buy a retinol product like the Super Retinol, you would be looking at probably around £75 of the comparable quality. And this one, I think, is around 10. So, it's a massive saving. Massive. You know, we're not just talking about a little discount. We're talking about it unbelievably low quality, high quality, low cost. And again, for this little kind of facelift in a bottle, this, I think I read on their website, is normally about £80 in retail, and they sell it for 12. So, you know, the great thing about it is that you can afford to try new things. You can afford to, you know, kind of make mistakes, try stuff. I bought my membership years ago when Marcia first started, and last Christmas, you know, I wanted my daughter Brella. She wanted to get lots of different presents for girlfriends, and I said, "Look, come on, you know, let's go on to Beauty Pie and get some makeup palettes and some makeup kits because it's just such good value." Yeah, I mean, it's you know, Linda's saying about, you know, profit, but there are many, many more overheads. You know, when you're in retail, when you are advertising, for example, when you're paying for consultants and you're making your margin, you know, businesses have to make a profit, otherwise they're not going to be businesses. You know, they've got to, that's how they work, that's how they can pay their employees, etc. But Beauty Pie is a very different model. They get their money from their monthly subscriptions, and she's worked out that actually that's enough. So, you know, and of course for us, if we get a free subscription, you know, it's like a win-win, isn't it? It's really, really good. Anyway, a couple of the other things. I realised when I was going through my Beauty Pie stash that I have bought 3 of these over the years, all the same. And it must be a winner because it's still on their website. It is called the 10 Best Matte Eyeshadows. So if you can see it there, 10 Best Matte Eyeshadows. And I use it, I got my little eyeshadow brush somewhere because I could just show you what I do with it. There we go. Oops, excuse me, leaning. So I will mix my colours together. So try not to get the light reflected. Here we go. So I will use, you know, these two, for example. I just mix them up together, and then I will use those on as a base, like this. It's hard doing it without looking properly into a mirror. And then I will often use these sort of darker ones if I'm going out in the evening and I just want to emphasise my eyes, or maybe use some of these sort of beigey coloured ones just to put kind of in the outer wing, just to kind of give my eyelid a little bit of a flick. And then I also use these same shadows I use to fill in my eyebrows. So I'll take a little bit that's on the end of my brush, and my eyebrows are a little bit sparse in this section here, so I will just fill that in and then just take it out actually as well, just try and get a bit of a sweep going down there. And I find that actually the shadows are just a little bit softer as you get older. I find eye pencil is just a bit too much. The eye pencils that I do like, they've got a very good eye pencil here. I have put everything on the website, everything I'm talking about from Beauty Pie. So if you want to go and have a little look and have a snoop around their website and my website, then please do. So this one is called Ultra Colour Pro Gel Eyeliner. And it's really, really soft. If I do it on my hand, you know, it gives you a really good deep colour. There's no dragging at all. It's just, you know, the sheerest little line like that, and it doesn't shift. So, you know, I use that very often just on my upper lids. I tend not to put very much on my underneath. I just don't think it looks very natural. Sometimes if I'm going out in the evening, I might use sort of one of these darker colours at the end here and just brush a little bit of that under here, because again, I think that the shadow is a bit softer around the eyes than the liner. And if I am using a liner, I just tend to use it on the upper lid and just give it a little weeny flick. The other things that I like from them, this is their one palette. It's called a One Palette Wonder. Can't really go wrong with that. So one palette, and it's got a blush and a highlighter and a bronzer. I'll show you how I use that in just a sec. Really nice little highlighter for the eyes, and then a couple of smoky colours, a grey and a brown. Again, really good, really neutral. I like those. The grey's got a little bit of glitter in it, so I wouldn't use that, you know, too much. I just have a little tiny dusting, perhaps for the evening. But I would use, so for example, if I take this bronzer, you know, and if you're travelling or going away and you just want to take one palette, it's got everything. It's great, isn't it? And then I will just use a little bit of contour here, just tiny, tiny bit. So suck your cheeks in, like that. And where it goes dark, that's the bit that you want to put your contour. Now, I'm not going to end up like a certain well-known American influencer with all that contouring. But, you know, I think there is a place for contouring, as long as it's just done really naturally, really subtly. And what I also like doing is just putting a tiny bit under the jawline. Because again, just by darkening this section here, you just create that optical illusion of having a bit more of a defined chin. I don't know about you, but my chin has got less defined over the years. And then a couple of other things which are relatively new, which I really, really like. There's this little blusher thing that I've mentioned before. Blusher thing. Just a little pot of shadow, which you can use all over your face just to give you a bit of a glow. So if you are feeling a bit rubbish, or even if you're not feeling rubbish, you're feeling great, but you just want to look extra glowy, then I think it used to be called Peachy Dreams. Now it's called Mon Rouge or something. Anyway, I popped a link on the website. And this, you want to put it where your cheek apples are. So you smile like that. Just get this little glow here. And this is something that you can keep, you know, in your bag and take out and about. And when you just want to pop on a little bit of something, or you're doing a Zoom call or whatever it is, then you can just take that up into the hairline as well, just to give you a bit of a glow. Especially, you know, on a day like today, we're not going to get it outside, are we? So nice, just a little bit of freshen up. And then a couple of new things that I've got, which I've yet to experiment with, really. These are called multi-glow sticks. I thought these looked quite interesting. So this one is kind of like a white highlighter. And this is something that you might use, I guess, in the evening if you want to just kind of give yourself a little bit of a highlighty look. I don't know why I'm using my fingers. I suppose they're meant to be stroked on, aren't they? I think I just wanted to make sure that I didn't put too much on. And then it's quite nice sometimes to put a little bit of highlighter just here where your Cupid's bow is, because that can just help to emphasise it. These little sneaky tricks I've learned from professional makeup artists over the years. And then this other one, which I really like as well, this is the multi-glow stick in Santorini. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to be in Santorini right now, that lovely pretty Greek island? And that's more of a sort of peachy colour. And I guess, let me try. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's going to give me that kind of bronzed, kind of sun-kissedy, just got back from the beach kind of look. Very nice. Excellent. And not glittery. You know, I think you can have a real mistake, particularly as you get older, when things are a bit too kind of glittery and sparkly. We don't want to look like little fairies, do we? Want to look like gorgeously mature women that we are. Anyway, so that is that. So yes, I will do, maybe I'll do a whole video thing on my makeup from kind of start to finish using Beauty Pie, but I need to go and have another look on their website really and see what they've got and what is new, because I haven't had a little shopping spree on there for a while. Just before I get on to talk about these, which are really exciting, let me just answer a few questions and read a few comments. This one was from Liverbird on Liverbird Algarve. I don't know whether you're actually in the Algarve, but I know that you're always the first or one of the first to say hello to me on Instagram. And I was just so thrilled to read your comment. So this is what she has written. She says, I simply have to share my news. I heard your podcast with Dr. Tina Pearce about HIT. That's the histamine intolerance. As I'm allergic to many things, including avocado, which is high in histamine, I started a low pH diet last week. My postprandial tachy, I guess that's tachycardia, is that the heart, fast heartbeat, has gone. And I have not had beta blockers for 3 days. I've used them for 20 years. I'm truly amazed and very grateful. Isn't that incredible? That is really, really incredible. Something so simple as looking at adopting a low histamine diet. So that's things like avocados are high in histamine, tomatoes, spinach, all sorts of things. If you're interested in histamine, then there's a piece, I don't know if I've got my current magazine here. That's a bit silly, isn't it? But there's a piece in our current magazine, the current issue, with an interview with Dr. Tina Pearce, and I've got a podcast with her. And this is the thing that Lily's doing, is having a low histamine diet at the moment, plus other kind of drug therapies, because she's quite an acute case. But yeah, amazing how many people, and the link between chronic pain, ME, fibromyalgia, all sorts of things, and histamine. So do, if you can, grab hold of the current copy of the magazine. There's also a piece online, Liz Earle Wellbeing. And I know, Amy, I can see you, hun, thank you, has just put a link to the podcast with Dr. Tina Pearce. It's fascinating. Dr. Tina Pearce is amazing, and she sorted out her own daughter's health. I mean, she's a proper serious medic working at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. And her own daughter was very, very sick for many years with undiagnosed issues. And she kind of went on a whole Miss Marple journey to investigate. And she came across this whole histamine connection, and a lot of medics now researching it. It's truly fascinating. So I highly recommend that. What's also very interesting is that she had a very interesting journey with breast cancer, and she talks at the end of the podcast very authoritatively about that, and how committed she is to maintaining. She takes HRT and helping other women who've been wrongly told that they can't have HRT with breast cancer. So fascinating. And the reason I mention that is I've just seen a question here from Elizabeth, and she's left this question on YouTube. Really nice to have some YouTube comments. And Elizabeth, I don't know if you're watching this, or you will be watching it when it goes up on YouTube. So I hope you get to hear it, because you have said, "Hi Liz, I've been told I can't have HRT because I had breast cancer in 2004, which wasn't hormone related. Can you enlighten me? It's crazy. My symptoms are severe. I'm 55. You know, this makes me so angry. This is so wrong. This is wrong information, Elizabeth. I seriously hope that you are watching this. There's so much information that you can find on Liz Earle Wellbeing. I've got my e-guide, The Truth About HRT. Please download that and read it. I've got interviews with people like the BBC broadcaster Kirsty Lang, talking about her own breast cancer journey and how she's on HRT and the struggle that she had. You need to read Estrogen Matters, which is the book by the American breast cancer surgeon, the senior oncologist, Professor Avram Blooming, who's both his wife and his daughter have had breast cancer, and he gives them both HRT. In fact, they're actually using estrogen to treat breast cancer in some places. So, you know, there's a huge amount of misinformation. And as regular viewers, listeners will know, you know, it's an uphill struggle trying to talk to GPs about very often getting basic HRT, let alone if you then throw breast cancer into the mix. But I, you know, thank you, Elizabeth, for writing that, and thank you for watching me on YouTube. And I seriously hope that there are some resources that will help you there. Please follow Dr. Louise Newson, the Menopause Doctor. Have a look at her website, menopausedoctor.co.uk. She's got whole sections specifically on breast cancer and all kinds of other cancers. I mean, we know that HRT is so protective, for example, over colon cancer, reduces our risk by over a third. So, yeah, amazing. You know, there's just a lot that we need to go there. I'll do another deep dive into HRT another time. This is from Tracy, also on YouTube. Hi, Tracy. Gosh, nice to get more YouTube comments. I know that YouTube following is growing, so thank you. You're so welcome to be with me on my channel. Saying, how do we get to see a hormone specialist? Do we go through our GP, or do you have to go private? My normal surgery has said that you cannot get bioidentical HRT on the NHS. Well, that, again, is not true. I think they don't really understand what bioidentical is. Bioidentical or body identical is simply the regulated HRT that is in the normal patches and gels that GPs normally prescribe. It's body identical. It's exactly the same as what's in our bodies. That's why it's called body identical or bioidentical. I think it's sometimes confused with compounded bioidentical hormones, and these are the unregulated hormones that come in very often kind of brown paper bags. You're not quite sure what you're getting, which are sold for vast cost by private clinics, often charging you a fortune for worthless blood tests that, you know, are really seriously not worth the time of day, because our hormones change. Our hormones change morning to night, they change day to day, they change week to week. So it's really not any point in having a series of blood tests for hormones, because when you're going to take them, are you going to have your blood taken at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or when you wake up? You know, I mean, you'll get different results. So blood tests are useful for hormone monitoring. Once you're on HRT, then they can be useful just to check things like testosterone levels, you know, certainly, but they shouldn't be used for diagnosis. And, you know, if you listen to some of Dr. Louise Newson's podcasts on that, she's very, very firm on it. And the NICE guidelines as well, you know, which is all the Cochrane-reviewed evidence and studies, very clearly saying, you know, over the age of 45, when our hormones are up and down all over the place, GPs should not be giving you a blood test, and certainly don't pay for one, either in a private clinic or for these little fingerprint tests that you get from high street chemists. Complete waste of time. Anyway, I've written a lot about that and spoken a lot about it, so I'm not going to go there because it'll just make me cross again. So how do you specialist? Okay, so in an ideal world, your GP would know a bit about hormones and about menopause, and you may be lucky. Some do and some don't. You can ask to be referred to a menopause clinic, and there are menopause clinics around the country in the UK, if you're watching in the UK, on the NHS, but they've been severely cut back through cuts in funding, which is a travesty because we need more of them, not fewer. And so you may be lucky, there may be one in your area that you can request to go and see. Or it may well be worth considering getting an online appointment with somebody like the menopause doctor. I think she's now got 12 GPs who work in her clinic, and they do online consults. That's been, you know, possibly one of the few good things to come out of this whole lockdown, is that a lot of medics started to see people online over Skype or Zoom or whatever. So it saves money on the journey and time and days off work and all of that. So and what I like about their clinics is, yes, they are private, but they are reasonably priced, and they don't want you to come back. You know, they're not like one of these clinics that goes, oh, lovely, we'll see you again next week for another ka-ching checkload of money. They want to help you, and then they want to work with your GP. So you go back to your own GP in your community and can get treated on the NHS. So that's, you know, I think that is the best option. So Tracy on YouTube, I hope that is helpful. If any of you aren't yet subscribed to YouTube, do please hop over and subscribe to the Liz Earle Wellbeing magazine YouTube channel. There's lots on there that we haven't been able to put elsewhere. So things like the exercise videos, some of the makeup videos that I talked about, my hair tutorial, all that kind of thing you will find on YouTube. And we do upload everything. And some people just prefer to be able to sit and watch on a tablet, or maybe link it up to their TV. And in the future, YouTube, I promise we will work out a way to get it sitting in the right way so it doesn't look like a little narrow phone screen. We are going to have a proper YouTube, which would be nice, won't it? That is on my to-do list, I promise you. Claire on Facebook, she says, do you take all of the Healthy Juice Company shots and supplements in one day? Yeah, so basically, if you were getting the one-day shot box, you'd get your almond, your green, go-go green, and your golden shot turmeric. So you get those three to space out during the day, and you'd get your VSL3 probiotic, and you'd get your Altriant C. So yes, that is your 1 day supply, or you can get the bigger bottles, which are your 3 days supply. And with your 1 day supply, you get one of the lovely bath soaks. So at the end of the day, you can just relax and feel supercharged. And if you have the 3 day one, then you get 3 of those. So really good. Or you can share them. You know, you can give them to friends and family. One or two just last questions, and then I am going to get on to talk about this very quick makeup brand. Can't see who that is. Is Vic there? 63 on Instagram. I hope Vic's there, because I'm going to answer your question. You said, hi there, please can you clarify what you mean about taking vitamin D with fats? Okay, so vitamins are either fat soluble, i.e. they dissolve in fats, or they are water soluble, like vitamin C dissolves in water. if you want to increase the availability, you need to eat a fat-soluble vitamin with a bit of fat. So vitamin E, for example, you'd need to have that with, something like olive oil or avocado or a bit of cheese or whatever, something that has got lots of nice fat in it. And the same with vitamin D. If you want to get more out of your vitamin D, don't have it on an empty stomach. If you're taking maybe that spray supplement that I showed you, have it with something, with a little bit of creamy yogurt or an egg, or you could have it with your kefir or some olive oil that's drizzled over, some sourdough toast or something like that, just because you'll get more out of it. You don't have to, obviously, but you will get more. You'll get more bang for your buck if you take a fat-soluble vitamin with a bit of fat in your food. So I hope that has made sense. Now, last but not least, I want to tell you about this lovely new brand called Donna May Makeup. And Donna May she's a real person. She's an amazing makeup artist. She's head of makeup at ITV's Loose Women. I'm just going to wipe my makeup off here, by the way. Actually, it's waterproof. It's not going to come off, is it? That just shows I've just tried to wipe it off with a damp cloth and it's not coming. So there you go. That's good. We like stuff that doesn't shift until we want it to shift, obviously. Anyway, Donna May, who I must have bumped into many times in the corridors at ITV, because the Loose Women studios, makeup studios, are next door to the This Morning studios. And there's a lot of kind of crossover. And Lorraine as well, if I go and do the Lorraine show. So she's been working in the industry for many, many years. She's got a great website, donnamaylondon.com. And she sent me some bits to share with you, as well as share with us all a Liz Loves code. Liz Loves in capitals on her website gets you 10% off everything. And she's really reasonably priced, and she's got some lovely things. And these are the things that I particularly liked. So one is these great bags. I don't know whether you've seen them, but just for keeping all your clutter in. So they open out like this. And I love her signature red lips. It's got makeup. This one is made of really heavy-duty, tough, waterproof fabric. So the idea is that you shove all your makeup. You don't have to worry about putting it into different slots or anything. Just shove whatever you've got here, all in together. And then you just pull the string. And it's got a little toggle here, so that keeps it shut. And there you go. So that would be great to take by the pool. Look at the bright red lips. Isn't that fun? You could sling it over your shoulder. You could shove it in the bottom of your gym bag, at the bottom of your suitcase if you're going away, you've got an away date or something, or just to have everything neatly in one place in the bathroom. And then rather than rummaging around, I don't know about you, but I'm always scrabbling down trying to find things in the bottomless pit that is my makeup bag. You simply just open it all out on your dressing table, and you've got everything here, and it's really easy to see. I can see exactly what I've got, and then you can scoop it all up again. So I think these are genius, and these are only about £20, something like that, and then you get your discount as well. So really good, really well made. Well done, Donna. I think it's brilliant. Love what you're doing. Another female founder-led brand doing great things. The other version that I liked, this is in a vegan leatherette, and this is a bit more upmarket. It's got really pretty tassels, and you can also personalise it. It comes in lots of different colours. This is just a really pretty pale pink one that Donna sent me, and she also put on it, look, I've got her little lips and a little L, so it's mine. L for Liz. Thank you. I should have 2 L's. Liz Loves. And again, the detail is really good on these, and I like the way it's made. I like the little rivets here. I've always got an eye for detail, and you just shove everything in there again, and there you go. Cool, hey? Another couple of things from Donna May which I really liked, and this is an eyebrow set, and I know there's been so much emphasis in the makeup world on eyebrows and getting your eyebrows looking good, and I've even got a little eyebrow tutorial on my Instagram, and this is a great little pack, really well put together. It's got a little zip-up compartment this side that has a magnifying mirror. This is a 10 times magnifying mirror, so a wee bit scary to, oh gosh, look into. And it's got suckers on the end here, so you could just stick that up, onto your normal makeup mirror or onto the wall in the bathroom. So that's on one side. And then on the other side, you've got 5 little implements here. So, also for manicure as well, you've got little, nice little curved scissors. You have got, this is a double-ended mascara comb. And this is a little mascara brush wand, or you could do your eyebrows with this. How I always say, make sure that you sweep them up. Spray a little bit of hairspray on that, and then do that. And you don't need to use brow gel. That works just as well to keep your eyebrows in place. So that's good. Really good pair of very fine tweezers. So little kind of needly point tweezers. And then also, I haven't seen tweezers shaped like this before. I thought these looked really good. Again, really for precision, when you want to spend hours doing your brows. Well, maybe not hours, but you want to get them right. And then this little thing. Now, I'd love to know whether anybody has tried dermablading. This, I've seen YouTube bloggers and vloggers using this, and I might have a little try in the privacy of my own bathroom without being live. But this, you can go underneath your eyebrow, and I can feel that already. Oh, that is quite interesting. Ooh, yes. And you can make a really beautiful arch. Wow. Okay. Might give that a go. You can also do, I think, the side of your face. This is what they're all doing in LA. They're microblading. And I was actually going to go. I had my appointment booked to go and try it, to write about it for the magazine when lockdown happened. So I never got to try it. So if anybody has had their face microbladed or dermabladed, I would quite like to hear about it, because I think, oh my goodness, is it going to grow back more stubbly? Am I going to go become the bearded lady? Or actually does it make, which is what I've heard, that you get really soft peachy skin? So anyway, thank you, Donna May. I shall be experimenting with that and hopefully reporting back with some good things. But this is such a great little kit. I really do genuinely like it. And the other thing that is not one of your accessories, but Donna May on her website has these brilliant beauty bars, and they're not like my beauty bars that you eat. They are hers, and she sent me one that, this is it here. It's come from my bathroom, so it's actually still slightly damp because I used it this morning. This is one based on grape seeds, and she's got a whole different, wide variety of them. I think they're from Turkey. They smell really good. This is packed full of extra virgin olive oil. So it's incredibly skin smoothing. I used it all over my body this morning, and I've been using it for the last few days to test it. And I've been using it on my face even. It takes quite a lot for me to risk putting something like that on my face. Really good. My skin is just left super soft, even below the knee that can be usually feeling really quite dry. Just great. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I will definitely be back on your website, Donna, to order some more different versions to try. Really, really nice indeed. I think they're about £14, the bars, but of course, with the discount, it's all really helpful. So thank you for that. DonnaMayLondon.com, and use Liz Loves in capitals to get 10% off everything. Who is this? Teresa saying Ruth Langsford has an R. Now I know. Okay. Teresa, Ruth was showing hers off the other day, didn't know where it was from. Well, there you go. All the best people. All the best people. Love doing Makeup Mondays. Well, next Monday, hopefully, we'll be with Kerry. I've got more beauty gurus joining me on Wednesday, because Wednesday is the day when I will be in my studios and, fingers crossed, with the legendary Josh Wood, talking all about home hair dye, home hair colour. He's going to send me some of his latest things that I'm going to open and talk about. So I can't wait for that, because I just, I had to do so much of my own stuff during lockdown, as I know lots and lots of us did. So it'd be great to have a kind of a one-to-one, and you're all invited. So do please come along and join me. I think that's just about it. Don't forget, don't miss out getting your free download. A happier, flatter tum, or a flatter, happier tum. I can't remember which way around it is. It is free just until the end of this week, just until Friday, and then you'll have to pay for it after that, so you may as well get it free. Also, if you want your yearbooks, I'm signing these today, actually, and sending out another stash. If you want free magazines, don't forget, click the link to Readly. That gives you a month's worth of free magazines, not just my magazine, but virtually any magazine in the entire world. You can have free for a whole month if you click on the link that I know Amy will pop it up on Facebook, and it's on Linktree. It's normally $7.99 a month. You go there, you sign up, and you'll see it says $7.99. But when you click through using the link that we give you, it actually comes up and says, fine, your first month is free. And after that, you can cancel it. So you don't have to continue if you don't want to. And of course, you do get your free month with Beauty Pie. So Liz loves loads and loads of things to love, loads of things that are free to enjoy. It is such a joy and a pleasure to be back with you. I have got myself off to a really good start to the week. I'm going to finish the rest of these later on today. So thank you very much for all your chat, and I shall look forward to being back with you on Wednesday. Have a great rest of the day. Lots of love. Bye-bye.